I just finished a conversation with my friend Patty in Texas about the whole California movement to Texas. The corporates, that is. So, I got one of these. Not that I prefer drinking them, but right now I'm broke. And these are in the house and no one likes them. At least it's not fake sugar. Aluminum can, not a fan. But as sweet as they are, all I wanted was some of my SodaStream bubbly water. It's already drying up. This is the disaster. Those are tea leaves that blew all over the cabinet that were sitting on that little tray with this little cup, which threw out plants that I'm trying to save, including this little group. Oh, the lamp that was there that got blown. Yes, literally, that's how much force came out. This got blown off the wall into that plant. Apparently the universe is pissed off at me for adding CO2 to the atmosphere when I claim to be an environmentally conscious human. Because this is my punishment. No, from the sound of that, I got water. Yep, there's water up in the light fixtures. Water went up both these mirrors. Basically, I was standing right here. So that's the force. Straight up and out. Literally blew it apart. Where's the bottle? Busted out the bottom. Now, taking into consideration, this particular bottle I had already damaged, letting it be too close to a heat source. So it had kind of melted in. It had like a minor indentation, but it was the one I always used first because it would lose its carbonation first. There's the water line. Here's the one I just did prior to it. Notice that I'm a little above the water line. Which is why they do warn you in big bold letters, do not fill above this line. Which, as you can see, I did not. However, with this one, I may have. I didn't think I was because I have old eyes. And now, can you see the line when you're looking at it this way? So my old eyes may have been seeing this line. Not this line, just that far beneath it. I don't really remember because I wasn't paying attention. And this, my darlings, is why, especially when you're playing with things like CO2, compressed air, for those of you who don't know what it is, highly compressed air, I might add. I think I'm going to need, time for my State Fair of Texas. Ridiculously overpriced, yet, if I can hang on to it for enough years, it'll be worth the cost. Okay, so now my smaller version of this is MIA. What I'm trying to find are my sham wows, or the knockoffs of, look what I see as I come up the stairs. Only, that doesn't look like it's, nope. They're part of the Wolf and Me pet care cleanup pile that I haven't had to use since April 2020. So I guess I'm going to use a whole lot of these instead. I can do that. I got this out first because if I don't, I'm going to have a clogged drain on my hands. Oh, and the worst, most heartbreaking casualty of all. This is a little plant that I've been trying to get my camera, or remember to get my camera to take a picture of, because it was this little seed pod. I had no idea what it was. I found it in pine when I was trying to save plants. Anyway, I didn't even put it in dirt. I just set it out because it looked kind of like a grape or something. And then it started to grow. So I put it in the dirt, and I got so excited because it actually grew this tall since I got home from Georgia. My something to look forward to try and figure out what it was going to end up being, which it could have been, a weed. Anyway, I'm going to stick it in water. I'm going to try to get some little roots out of that. I'm going to let it dry up just a little bit because it's a stalky plant. And with a lot of stalky plants, sometimes it has to get a scab first before you put it in water. So I'm going to see if that's how this works. It will join this little group. All my orphans, all my rescues. There's a rescuer inside most females, I'm fairly positive. Just always different stuff. So I'm going to clean this up. Oh, look, at least I don't have to clean it. This I can just go water a plant. If only there was a plant that needed watering. Oh, wait, that's right. These little succulents are good for that because they don't need much. And the pot inside the planter is actually shorter than the planter, so any excess water runs right out the bottom and then kind of evaporates back up. So anyway, I gotta clean. My boo-boo. Oh, did I show you all of this? Okay, these are the pieces that I've gathered. This is what's left of the top. I don't even know where the red piece is. The piece that went across here. I am going to try to get replacement parts because I really do. This is my kitchen color. This is part of my dream kitchen, man. Oh, wow, look at this. This is all chipped up. That's where the silver came from. I saw some gray. Okay, so that's where that came from. But there's still the casing that covered this. I haven't found it yet. I have no idea where it flew to. There's another corner. That's this little corner. Look, I can piece this much of it back together again. I just have to find the inside. I know there's an engineering term for this. I don't know it right off the top of my head. But it is definitely not repairable. There is no repurpose, recycle, upcycle, none of that stuff. I'm also blowing up these little guys, which I was trying to save, but as long as they're halfway open, might as well dissolve them. Oh, this didn't shatter. That's good. That's porcelain. See? Just trying to make some nice natural compost up in my little bathroom here in Bailey while I try to work off the land I bought in Como. I don't know where to put everything. Ah! And this is my new stumbling stone or challenge, you know, because goodness knows, it's barely 2021. I need more challenges, right? So I'm not, you know, the knower of all, but that's a pretty fierce dent. It was sitting up like this. So something crashed down onto it. Oh, wow. Interesting. Yes, I have an inquiring mind. I'm so happy this was spared. It's my favorite goblet. And every time I have a favorite anything, I don't care what it is, if it's my favorite, it gets crushed. You know, just like that was my favorite little plant. Because it was new and it was the baby. I played favorite. Actually, I didn't even play favorites. I was just curious. I wanted to see what it was going to turn into. That's all I wanted to do. Look at the, I know everyone's going, we're in the middle of a pandemic and real people are dying and look what you're upset over. Yeah, well, this is my life. This is what brings me joy. Just have to. Okay, I'll deal with that in a second and figure out. That's the cool thing about these little things. You literally lay them on top of the dirt and then they just develop roots and they're ground cover. I just keep them potted. Okay. Mess clean. Just for grins and giggles, because I still haven't found the top. I decided to look in the bathtub laughing at myself, only to discover this. One more piece that apparently blew up and over. This, my darlings, is why science can be totally fun, because if you are given permission to do the experiments or the mathematics or, you know, all that other fun stuff that you get to do when you know about science. I mean, oh, look at this. Yeah, I'm going to wait till tomorrow to get the Windex out and make the mirrors shine again. Anyway, what was I trying to say? Science. Blowing stuff up. Yes. It could have. See this? It's on me. Had that been flying debris, I could be cut. Maybe even deep enough for stitches. Something could have blown into my eye. Many possible scenarios could have occurred, other than the one that did. Okay, I'm checking the shower. It can blow over the bathtub. Maybe it can blow into here. Nope, shower's clear. The funniest thing is I had just done multiple layers of moisturizer on my face because I was looking a little dry. I forget my granny's expression. Yes, my granny would always say, my skin feels like it's tightening up a bit. And so she'd go and she'd put some moisture on her face. Mary Kay. Oh. Okay. So there you go. Grandma blew up the SodaStream. Oh, that's going to be the title of this. Grandma blows up the soda stream.